The island of Gonave, I think, has always been forgotten. A lot of people say that Haiti's the land that the world forgot, and Gonave is the land that Haiti forgot. The island is isolated. It's isolated in a lot of good ways. It's isolated in a lot of bad ways. But the good side of that is that the people have a culture that I think is kind of old Haiti. They know when someone's died, they know when a baby's been born, they know when there's problems, people pitch in and help. It's just that there's a much more of a community feeling here than people trying to fight for, their little piece that they can get, that I think you see on the mainland. It's like stepping back into 1950s maybe. Ties That Matter has been a wonderful addition. They collaborate with the partnership. They're a 501c3 on their own and also part of the Fair Trade Association. They use recycled neckties, men's silk neckties. Fabric's beautiful, but she was having trouble getting people that would sew on a regular basis for her. They would sew and then they wouldn't show up again. And we were having dinner one night and I said, "You should come to Haiti." I said, "I know women that would love to sew for you." And she said, "Okay." So we brought 3 sewing machines over on a sailboat that almost sank. And set them up, and the women started sewing. We've been sending containers of ties down here, sometimes even remnants from tie factories. It's not just that we keep the ties out of the landfill, but in some instances we're literally keeping the scraps from the tie factories out of the landfill. So environmentally it's a good project. The women are making money. The community's benefiting from it. We're making Christmas tree ornaments. They make some beautiful Haitian dolls with the tie fabric they're gorgeous. Right now we have 2 communities involved in this. We have 10 more communities that we can involve in it. We actually have 20 more communities we could involve in it. We'd love to have that happening all over the island. But on our end, the problem is trying to get distribution for that. So one of the exciting things about GreaterGood is that would allow us, a larger distribution so that we could just do the same with more people. And they had decided that for their community, for free, they were going to use the sewing machines to make the school uniforms so all children could have uniforms, not just the people that had a little extra money. We had children that had ragged uniforms that were sewn together, missing buttons, ripped skirts. Our children all have nice uniforms now. But it's because the women that were making some money with the sewing machine, selling products that go back to the U.S. and get sold, they were making a little bit of extra money, and they decided to invest in a business that would lift the whole community up and give the whole community dignity. We have a community reinvestment program where they get paid for the work they do, but then there's a reinvestment percentage that goes back to the community. And it's up to the women of the sewing group to decide how that gets spent, but they understand that it has to be spent on the community. The first project that they came up with was to buy school books for the school. Our schools never had books before. The children have never had books. They learn on the blackboards. But they have books now, and they had me bring them a stamp that I ordered on the internet that says that these books are provided by this women's sewing group of Namengo. And it's all in Creole, and they stamped each book, and they've passed them out to the students.
How have you seen these women's lives change with 3 simple sewing machines?
I wish I could explain to you the faces that you saw today on those women, the stress that we used to see around them not having enough to feed their children and not knowing how they were going to pay for their children's education, to see now that they sit together and they sew together, but just to see how cohesive and how relaxed they are now around that. It's that comfort that you get from knowing that there's that little bit extra that you can pay the light bill when the bill comes, that peace of mind. And working as a community together, I think, really being able to enjoy just being in a community.
what has this opportunity done for her life?
Bon, li fait bien en pile parce que auparavant moi pas comment 5 gouttes et pour nia depuis non nécessité 5 gouttes m'a joindre parce que je joindre travail que
It means a lot for her because before that she was in need of even $1, five Asian goods, and now if she needs something she can buy it because she works, she get paid, and she is able to provide.
If there could be, let's say, 30 sewing machines here, how would that change our village?
We are going to build a center of professional.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? And it would put it on the map, yeah?
Les autres ap mettre ça dans un gros papier dans journal tout ça pour faire connaître.
I tell people, do what speaks to you, but do something. I don't care what you do, just do something. If you have a life that allows you to make those kind of choices, then you need to make the choice to help somebody that doesn't have as much as you have. And I wouldn't pretend to say that Haiti is a better place to be than any place else. It's just my place to be. It's where I'm supposed to be. I think the larger issue is, how can you help somebody? How can you quit worrying about your first world problems and start getting concerned about what the world needs, and that we're all related to each other, we're all in this together, and that we need to be concerned about each other.